Yes, yes, good morning. We are back. The Juice presents Breakfast Edition here on Voices Radio. It's me, K Slice, taking you through for the 2-hour special of soulful Latin fusions from the vibrant world of Colombia, Cuba, Mexico, Puerto Rico, and Brazil. To set the tone for this morning, we're diving straight into this track that really captivates the South American carnivals, which are actually coming up in the next month or so, and soundtracking you with the sounds of Rio 18 with Casa Loca. Birthed in Brazil, Rio 18 is the brainchild of songwriter and multi-instrumentalist and producer Carwin Ellis. This album was inspired by his first visit to South America in 2018, and yeah, just imagine a Latin mixtape crossed with like radio show. It's an international love letter to tropical music, guided by friendly faces, DJ Coco Maria. The album takes you on a journey blending samba, salsa, funk, Cuba, and disco, and these like psychedelic vibes. So yeah, it's proper amazing. But speaking about some more Brazilian masterpieces, this is a track that I'm going to be blending in, and we're going to transport ourselves to another legend. This is a fantastic find that I found recently, and it was very much a quick purchase, I must say. The track is called If You Will by Flora Purim and her daughter Diana Purim. Flora is a world-class vocalist and composer, celebrated for her extraordinary 6-octave range, and yeah, she steals fusions of Brazilian rhythms, jazz phrasing, and fluid harmonies. So yeah, I'm really excited to feature this one on the show, and this marks her return at the age of 80. Can I just say, the age of 80 after a 15-year hiatus. Yeah, the record itself is a heartfelt celebration of the journey, blending energy and her early work with fresh contemporary fusions. So yeah, let's just get straight into it, and let's honor this moment and the legacy from this Brazilian icon. So yeah, this is Flora Purim and Diana Purim with If You Will. Let me know what you think of the track. Good morning!
So far. What it is was universe protecting me.
Switching the gears slightly, only a little, with the sounds of Ariel with her latest track, Time, featuring Renee, released on the Mellow Music Group label. Ariel is one to watch, like an artist to watch this year for sure. I've known her like on socials for such a long time. And yeah, we always want to kind of like link up, whether I go to Germany or if she comes over to the UK. So hopefully we can make that happen in 2025. I'm really excited to hear her final project soon. It's definitely going to be dropping later on in 2025. So watch this space. And yeah, the track just before that was the gorgeous composition from Grupo Costo, with Honey G, which I thought was really, really beautiful, can't lie. And the vocals on that was Anis, I believe, Aniis. But yeah, moving swiftly, I wanted to put my attention to this next track that I'm going to be featuring here on The Juice Presents. Taking a trip to Venezuela, I have a track by Latin Grammy Award for Best New Artist, and that is the great Nella. This is a really gorgeous album. It's called En Otra Vida. It's Nella's third album, immersing listeners into a unique universe of talent with a distinct and delightful creative concept. Staying true to her original sound, Nella pays homage to the great women composers of Latin American music, offering new versions of the classic song and combining with artists and songwriters who come together to celebrate Spanish language composers. And yeah, like this project is really, really neat. So if you guys want to check it out, it's called En Otra Vida by Nella. I'm going to be featuring her sixth track on the album, which is called Que Bonito. And yeah, this is truly just really like, it's very chill, it's very mellow, but it's just so beautiful. And you know, when you just sit back and you listen to those tracks that are, you're like, wow, this is really captivating. This is one of those tracks. So yeah, let me feature this right now. This is Que Bonito by Nella here on the Juice Presents on Voices Radio. Let me know what you think of the track. Wow, we've had a bit of a fusion of sounds and different kind of vibes. So yeah, apologies. We were just getting some location directions, but my guest is here, and I didn't even introduce like what we're gonna do on the show and stuff. But basically, we're back on a regular programming, which is so exciting. And yeah, this one's a big one because I kind of want to do like a continuation of the Latin fusion feels that we did on the previous show. And I did feature this new release by my guest, which is so exciting. But yeah, I'm super excited to introduce the first artist ascending of 2025 on the Juice Presents as well, and I couldn't do it without this particular artist. She's an indie Latin artist that blends just roots and energy from London craft to like alternative sounds of Latin twists, and yeah, it's like a dreamy, gorgeous sound that draws like indie pop but with Latin fusions, speaking English and Spanish within her repertoire. And it's something so phenomenal, and the fusions that she brings is crazy. So I'm super thrilled to introduce Sophie Castillo on the show. She's been here a few times, like with different guests, but I can't wait to kind of get her on her highlights and talk to her about some of the things that she's been doing, because she recently did a headline at Hootenanny as well. So yeah, I can't wait to get into that conversation. But before we welcome her on to the mic, let's feature one of her brand new releases, which is called Fuego Lento. I featured this on the last show because Desta French was actually doing a curated lineup on Latinas of London back on the 11th of January for Jazz Cafe. So I thought it was kind of only right to kind of feature this track as well. But yeah, this is a banger, and if you heard it last month, you'll definitely love it this month. So yeah, let's play it. This is Fuego Lento by Sophie Castillo featuring Desta French here on Voices Radio, The Juice Presents. Let's go.
Hey, how you doing, baby? It's been a hard week.
Proper fusions of just Latino-esque. Oh, I'm obsessed with this tune, and I'm so gassed to have her on air. So without further ado, let me introduce Sophie Castillo.
Hello.
Hi. It's so good to have you, man.
Thank you so
So
much
good.
for the invite. I'm so happy.
For sure, 100%. You've done some crazy stuff, like some of huge highlights. 2024 was huge for you.
Thank you. It was a great year. Excited for 2025, but yeah, big love to 2024.
it really like served justice of what you did. It's
It gave
crazy.
what it needed to give.
You know what I mean? But like I mentioned, you've come on a few times with a couple of like different presenters. I think like when I first like met you in terms of musicality, it was actually the interview with Babyface.
Oh, I love Babyface. Bless him.
He's such a G. Big up George. We love you.
Big up George.
But like, yeah, that was kind of like my first introduction. I was like, who's this gal? I want to know who you are, and you're Latina. So I'm like, this is just like match. Like, I'm so invested. So yeah, from that conversation, and then you came on Decal show as well.
Yeah. Throwback.
Yeah, so many throwbacks, and now you're here, which is so gas.
I'm glad to be back.
No, for sure. Tell us a little bit about you for those that don't really know who you are or haven't come across your music. I'd love to kind of tell them, a little bit about you.
Sure. So my name is Sophie Castillo. I am a Colombian, Cuban Londoner, born and raised in London, and I've been making music for a few years now, releasing since about like 2021, 2022, lockdown times, fun. throwback. And yeah, I make like a fusion of indie music, Latin music, pop, kind of everything. Like I don't like to box into one, and I love experimenting with different Latin genres, like paying respects to my heritage and my roots and my family. And yeah, you might know me by my song "Call Me by Your Name," which had a little moment in, well, actually, like that it was 2023 actually.
It's crazy.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like over a year after it came out. It like had its
It
moment.
blew.
Yeah, like on TikTok, I was in the TikTok game, in my
Mad.
TikTok bag, posting.
Are you not in your TikTok bag right now?
I feel like I've fallen off.
Oh no!
It's so hard. Like I've been like consistent for like since then, basically. But yeah, that's me.
That's you. That's you. Have you been back to Colombia or Cuba?
I haven't been to Cuba ever, sadly. But
Sad.
I've been to Colombia many times, and I went in November 2023.
Oh, mad.
I really want to go back this year, but it's just so expensive.
It's
It's
so
so
expensive.
far. My mum's there now, and she's having
I'm
the
jealous.
best time. Yeah,
I'm
like
so
I'm so sad. It was so sad. Like she was there for New Year's and Christmas, and I was like, I want to be there.
No.
Yeah.
Is she gonna stay for Carnaval?
I don't know. They have like I don't know if they've already had Las Ferias in Cali.
Oh yes.
I think that might have been passed already, but she didn't go. She's just chilling with my grandma.
Yes. No, do you know what? Respects. In
Yeah.
a beautiful country,
Yeah.
you might as well just chill.
Literally, there's a lot to like see, a lot to enjoy, a lot of food and everything. So
Don't get me started on the food, because that's like a whole new kettle of fish.
I know it's too good. I'm like trying to eat really healthy right now, but when like I finish what I need to do, which is a photo shoot on Sunday, I'm gonna go have a bandeja paisa.
Oh, stop! That is
And
so good.
empanadas.
Oh, I had empanadas the other day. Oh,
Oh, they slap every time.
they slap
Yeah.
every time. Are you a carne or you a chicken?
Carne. I've never had a chicken one. I don't know
They're
that was a
a bit
thing.
yeah, they have like empanadas de pollo, and I'm just
Yeah.
like,
My friend Patrick was like, oh, he did a video on like the empanadas and rating the best empanadas in London.
love that.
And he got a chicken one, and I was like,
What
what do
you
you
doing?
mean? But anyway, I'm keen to try it. I feel like it could actually be good.
Maybe that should be like one of your next videos. Just
That's a
trying
good idea. Yeah.
a pollo empanada.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask Patrick because he always does good food ones, and we did like a taco one actually,
Ooh,
and I'll bring him back for the empanadas.
I love that. I love that so much.
Bless him.
Oh, bless him. Yeah, we need to bring him back for that content.
Yeah.
We love that. Wow. So I know we spoke about it very briefly, but yeah, you kind of mentioned in your bio and kind of how you come across, you mix that Latino-esque Spanish and English within your repertoire. How comes you thought that was like really important? I know you said you want to take homage to your roots, but like how comes that is super important for you and within the music?
That's a good question. I feel like, well, I grew up listening to Latin music at home. Like, I feel like people don't realize as much as, like, when you grow up with a Latino family. I don't know if it's the same with other cultures, but I imagine so from what I've seen. Like, when your parents are immigrants, they're, like, trying to keep their culture alive. Like, they miss home. So they're, like, cooking the food from home. They're playing the music from home. They're, like, trying to teach their kids Spanish, trying to teach their kids to connect with the culture. So that's something that like my family have always done. And so I grew up listening to that kind of music, specifically salsa, because like my parents just love salsa so much, like a lot. And I just always like, I don't know, just something about it like awakens my soul. Like, I don't know, I can't explain it. It's like I have a really like physical reaction to music in general. Like I'm very much like the what's it called? Like I get shivers when something's good, or like when I'm feeling something. I feel like very physically the music, and I always felt like that about Latin music and especially salsa. So as I was getting a bit older and I was trying to figure out like what sound do I want, because actually when I was a teenager I used to do like rock music.
Crazy.
So random. One day
Everyone
I'll
goes through the
expose-
phase.
We all
Everyone,
have a phase,
everyone
yeah.
goes through the phase.
I mean, I was also such a like classic British teen, like listening to like Arctic Monkeys, Vaccines, the Cougs, like
Crazy,
Jamie
I love
T,
it.
like literally, I loved Jamie T. Like even like Jake Bugg, like I loved Jake Bugg as well.
Oh, don't.
Like, everyone, it was such a British teen experience, so that was like the mindset I was in at the time. But then I was like, I don't feel like I have any space to move here. It's too like I mean, I love that kind of music, but it's like that's all I can do. And I was like, I want something else. So I wanted to do something more where I could just explore more. And I was like, I always wanted to sing in Spanish. I was just shy. And then I just need to give it a go. And actually my boyfriend at the time, like, well, not at the time, no, at this time, he like, really...
Don't kill him off now.
No. He's still around. At the time, my boyfriend, who's still the boyfriend, he was like, really like, go for it. And like, he loves Latin music as well.
Sick.
He like is like such a like reggaeton guy.
Really?
He's Italian and he like loves reggaeton.
There's something about it, isn't it?
They love it in Italy. So he was like really like kind of like opening my mind to like the reggaeton side, and like he was like, you got this, blah blah blah.
Mad.
So that's when I started like making music again after uni, because then I was like not for a while, and then I started making the fusion music, and slowly but surely like putting Spanish in there, then putting more of like a Latin flair. The first one that I did was Call Me By Your Name, which is bachata. That was the first time I was like, let me just try something.
Let me just do a thing
and
hope for the best.
Yeah, and it came out like a bachata, but like a very Sophie indie vibe. So it was like a lovely fusion that I was like so proud of. I was like putting all the music and stuff, and then got it produced with my friend Len, who is like a great producer, and we like co-produced that one and my EP. And yeah, that's kind of like how I started getting into tying in Latin culture. It was like I wanted to be careful with it, like cautious, but ease myself in. It was daunting.
No,
but
I
I'm
can
happy
imagine.
I did it.
Yeah. Do you find it hard like writing in Spanish?
Not really. Like I go through phases where like I can only write in Spanish.
Okay.
And then it's getting easier and easier. And it feels like more natural. Sometimes in English it's a bit easier to like really nail that like poetry, because like it's my first language. Like in English it can be easier to like come up with like creative ways of saying things which are like metaphorical, which is how like English writers write.
Yeah.
Whereas in Spanish, like it can be a bit different. It can be a bit more like raw and like vulnerable, like, but it can also be like very poetic in that way as well. So yeah, it depends on like the phase that I'm in. But I'm really at the moment trying to keep it like half and half, because I want to like have some songs in Spanish, some songs all in English as well. Like I don't want to like lose the English side, and I want a lot of songs that are like English and Spanish as well.
Lush. Like a proper combination of just you living here but also having like parents that are from other countries as well.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to like represent. So I want to make sure that I keep it like stick to my creative direction and make it clear that I'm not here to like go one way or the other. Like I really want it to be a fusion.
Lush. I love that. As I said at the beginning, your 2024 blossomed, and it was crazy because you supported J Balvin.
Oh my goodness.
That was mad. What is like? Tell me how this all happened, because that's huge.
Thank you.
And he's such a fantastic Latin artist. Can I just say?
What an icon.
Like, when I see him in the interviews, I'm like, oh, you're so great.
He's such a cool guy.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like, I'd love to know, like, how this all kind of came about, and how did you feel like when you were in that moment?
For sure. Like, it was such a crazy out of the blue experience. I literally like got an email like through my website from the promoter. Crazy. Basically being like, hey, we've got like an open act slot. We're just wondering, like, are you free on this day? Like, it's a big one. I was like, damn. So obviously, me being me, I like Googled the date, Googled the company, and I was
see
like,
if it's legit.
I was like, who is it? I was like, I must know. And so I found out it was J Balvin. I was on the tube, and I was like, like on the tube by myself.
Love it.
And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it. I like called my mum, called my boyfriend, called everyone. I was like, oh my god, I think it's J Balvin. Like, I think I'm opening for J Balvin. I was like, I don't know, I don't want to jinx it. And then they like, I replied, I was like, I'm free. Yeah, I'm there.
I'm here.
And then they didn't get back to me for like a week, and I was like, they've changed their mind.
No,
they don't want me anymore. I was like really sad the whole week.
I can imagine.
I was like, walking around. They don't want me anymore. And then I got the email back, and the lady, she was so nice. She was like, yeah, like, sorry, we were just getting confirmation from his management. They've given the green light, like, all good to go. It's J Balvin. And I was like, oh my God, surprise. Even though I'd already been like torturing myself the whole week. But I then found out, obviously, confirmed, and I was confirmed, and I was like, I can't believe this is happening. And then I had like a really bad flu for like 2 weeks, and I was like, great. And then
it always hits you at those times. It really does.
I was like, why? I was like, I need to work out, I need to practice. And anyway, 2 weeks of being very ill, and then I started rehearsing. I had like a choreographer. She was amazing. Started rehearsing with like the dancers as well, because they decided to do like backing tracks and dancers, and I felt like it was like more the vibe for that one. And logistically, I was like, I don't know where to begin with a band on such a big stage. So I was like,
it's like, what's my setup?
What do I do?
Yeah.
I got like a great engineer, Sam, as well, Sam Frost, he like really was like a game changer.
Big shout.
Because I was like, I was like, this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. I don't want to just show up, sing, and hope for the best. So I was literally like working out. I was like practicing my songs up and down the stairs, because it was literally like, that was the boyfriend's idea. It was like military service.
Yeah.
Like, go do your steps.
Go up and down the stairs so that you don't lose out of breath.
Yeah, because it was my first time doing a performance where it was going to be a big stage that I'd have to move, and also like do like dance routines and stuff. So I was like, I got to prepare, and like I was also got like a vocal coach as well, because I hadn't had like singing lessons or anything since I was really young, or like and I never did it consistently. So I was like, I could just be singing badly, or like I was like, and also for the stamina reasons, basically I just was like, I don't want to mess up, so I'm gonna like try and control everything that's within my control. I'm gonna try and get it perfect, and then make myself as ready as possible, and whatever happens, but at least I know that like I gave it my all, and like I prepared. Like I didn't want to show up and be like, oh, I wish I practiced more, I wish I did this. I was like,
you don't want to come out of that gig being like, oh damn, like that could have been a lot better if I did this.
If I gave it my all. I was like, I'm gonna give it my all, and whatever happens. And it actually, because I was so well prepared, it went really well, and like I was actually ready. Like I was ready to sing. I did like the best that I could, and I had an amazing time, and like the crowd was really amazing, even though I couldn't hear them that well because my in-ears, but everyone was like telling me, I was like, do they like this? Everyone was telling me like they were like screaming, they were so excited, and there were like things that I couldn't even hear. Like there was I had made like a little mini speech about being like a British Latina, and like I was like, I've got to like say something. And then apparently this guy was like, que viva Colombia. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know, like I didn't hear him because of my in-ears. And then I was like, everyone told me afterwards, but it was just like such a great day. Like I wish I could go back to that day, because it was too much fun.
I bet it went really fast as well. Like
in like a split second. Yeah. I really tried to like slow down the time and like really like live every second. But it was like, it was literally like impossible. Oh goodness. It was literally like impossible. Because it just flew by. It was like it was a 30-minute set, which was pretty decent.
That's a very nice set.
It was nice. Like they gave me time.
They gave you time.
But I guess like we just had DJs, and then I was the only open act, so I was lucky I got like that amount of time. It was really fun. Like I'm just really grateful to J Balvin, to his team, to AG, like to everyone, to Live Nation, like everyone who gave me the shot. Like I'm really grateful, because I mean like it's the first time that any of us here have been given like well, from what I know, like such a big opportunity
100%.
in like an arena and stuff.
Yeah, it's the
like,
O2, right?
Yeah, it was at the O2 arena, like the big one. I was like, oh my god.
So it's not just like a little like, you know, Brixton or like a, you know, on the side.
Literally,
it's
I mean,
huge.
It was crazy. I didn't expect to sing in an arena like yet. So at this stage, I hoped eventually, but
basically bucket list, like tick.
Tick. I felt really like in over my head, but I was like, I gotta work with what I got.
No, 100.
And I'm just grateful for the opportunity. Like, it was really nice of them.
No, that was
nice.
crazy. It looked crazy as well.
Thank you.
And yeah, like you said, I think it's the first time you see kind of medium artists within the Latin kind of scene that have that platform to do so.
Yeah.
And I find that, especially like when I go see people like big acts and stuff and having those supports, I find that I fall in love with the supports.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I love
even
when that
more,
happens.
Do you know what I
love
mean?
it, yeah.
Because it's just like, wow, the main act has really kind of thought about in terms of, or maybe just the team themselves that have really thought about like selectively who they've put on.
You do, like,
Do you know what I mean?
I wasn't sure, like, if the act gets a say, but like they always ask the main act.
Yeah.
Now I know, because I was asked, and like I put my suggestion forward. So I feel like, so it feels really nice, and like, but it's so J Balvin. Like, it's
It
such
is
a
so
J
J-
Balvin thing to do, like, to help someone at the beginning.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he's just that guy who like because he's done it with so many up and coming artists. Like,
Yeah.
even with when Rosalia was more like up and coming, he
Yeah,
like
yeah,
brought
yeah.
her on. He's done it with Yendri as well. I think they have a song together.
Yes.
And like
Yeah.
and even though they're like established, but it's like they are obviously he's like is past established.
He's
like way there.
this.
So it makes so much sense, like, for him to be the one that like came to London and like gave someone here an opportunity. Because like sometimes there's no support act, sometimes it's just DJ, sometimes there's like someone that they bring around the whole world,
Yes.
which is like totally fair. But it was really nice that like he gave the opportunity that I'm really, really grateful, and he's just that guy.
Yeah. Is there any like other highlights of 2020? I mean, I'm sure there's loads, but that you can kind of think about and be like, actually, I'm so proud of this moment.
I would say like releasing my EP, to be honest,
Yeah.
because that was my very first one, and I like put like my whole brain and heart and soul into that EP, and I just love it so much. Like, I love all the songs on there, and I just made it like in the sweetest way, like with my producer Len. Like, we did it in the way that we did Call Me By Your Name. Like, we had we had such a like good process of making it. It was so streamlined, like the whole thing.
Crazy.
Everything went smoothly, and I got to just like spend that time like really like DIY everything. Like, we figured things out on the go. Like, we did a salsa, which is like so hard, and we made it work.
Mad.
Got all the like the instrument players, like, so it was really just a really great experience, and like very proud of that EP as like a body of work. And I think that like I'm really happy with the reception as well, and I just feel like the more people find it, the more they're gonna appreciate it. I feel like
100.
I feel like my audience really like got it.
Yeah.
Like, the girls that get it,
Yeah.
they got it.
we got it.
They got it.
We got it.
And so I would say that's another highlight as well. I loved that. It was my first one, and I loved it.
Love that. Amazing. We're gonna go with a quick like 5-minute break, and then we will jump back in because, as mentioned, you did a headline recently, and I'd love to unpick that and talk to you about that, and also what's planned for 2025. But before we jump into that, I'm going to spin a track that I actually recently got my teeth into by this beautiful bassist called Shay Hassan. This album, I think this is a recent album that he brought out. I don't know, it just came across and I was like, oh, let me just dig into a little bit of Shay. And this particular track, it's just insane. And I think you guys will love it as well. So yeah, this is Door by Shay Hassan here on Voices Radio. And then we'll be back on the chatting. So yeah, stay tuned. That music just brings me so much joy, honestly.
I love it. We were literally just saying like it sparks like electricity in your
It really does.
brain, in your blood. It's just like electric. It's so good.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just for us Latinos that really can feel this, or maybe it's just I don't know. Maybe you guys should let us know. We are streaming on Mixcloud, so come through, say hello on the chat. We're going to be here up to 11 a.m. But yeah, I'm joined by Sophie Castillo, and we've been chatting about her career so far, some of her highlights, and then I want to dive in because you did a headline on Friday.
Yeah.
At Hootenanny. I just wanna unpick it. I wanna just know. But congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That must be really like. I mean, I saw your stories like post the show. And
my late night thoughts. In my
your
pajamas.
your late night thoughts, and you were just like, I can't sleep right now because I'm just so happy.
Yeah, I just like was thinking so much, and I was like, let me just share for once my thoughts.
I love that. Sharing's caring.
Yeah, literally.
Sharing is caring.
People know.
Let the people know. But like, yeah, why Hootenanny? Why this headline? And yeah, tell us all about it, how it went, and the process.
So Hootenanny, they reached out to me about doing a show, and I have been there like many times. I sang there once, like opening for DKL, like years ago. Yeah. Me and a friend of mine, like we split the set because like we didn't have enough songs. So we like, well, she was asked to, and she was like, I don't have enough songs. Can you share it with me? And I was like, yes. So we did it together.
I love that.
We had barely any songs, but we had a good time. We sang one together, and then so that was like years, like literally years ago. And then, when they reached out to me to do a show, I was like, damn, like I haven't done a headline yet, and like I've always been nervous to do one in London because I knew that I had listeners here, but like you don't believe it till you see it, and you wonder like who's gonna come, like
who's actually gonna come to my show.
Yeah, and then they gave me like January, and obviously January is like really hard to sell tickets.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know.
That's brave.
I know, I didn't even know, and I only got told after.
Do you know what? That's actually a good thing that you got told after, because obviously the turnout was insane.
Yeah, like it was crazy, and they were really nice about it as well. They were like not putting pressure on me. They were like, you know, aim for this number, like this is the capacity, but aim for this number, like it's fine, like the room looks great at this number, like Jan's hard to push anyway because it's cold and like people don't have money from Christmas and stuff,
literally,
and like January sales, so I was like same. And then so then like I didn't know what the room was gonna look like, and I'd never had to like sell tickets for something by myself.
Yeah,
like I've always like opened for someone or been on a lineup, so it was honestly really nerve-wracking, but I did it, and like the room was full. I was like, who are all these people? Like the room was packed, and it was so interesting because like one thing I was saying on my story was like, obviously I recognize like people that I know, that I invited, like friends, like work friends, family, which was so lovely to like see them, like friends from school, but like the majority of the people were literally like people that I didn't know, and also like not specifically Latinos.
Okay.
Like I met a few girls that were like from Ecuador, from different countries, but like I met like French girls, I met British girls, and guys as well. Like I met obviously there was some people that were Latinos, but it wasn't like the Latin scene. It was like people from like good old Londoners. Yeah,
they're just
coming from anywhere,
that
but like
listen to music.
Yeah, and I was really surprised, but I feel like it's a really good testament. Is that the word?
It is
a testament to what we've been trying to say, which is like this music is not only for Latinos. Like everyone can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, and people like, I think we and people in the industry, and like they underestimate how open-minded people are with
100.
music here, like especially in London.
Yeah.
I agree. They're not giving them enough credit. Like the Londoners love like music from all over the world. They are open-minded, they are welcoming, and like they welcome different types of music, and it's underestimated. And I feel like this was a good testament to the fact that like you can be a Latin artist singing a lot in Spanish and Latin genres, but people will come anyway and they'll enjoy it, and they'll know the words, and they'll have fun. And like I've seen it happen before. Like when I went to like Desta French's shows, the one thing I noticed was I was like 70% of these people are British,
100
at least, and they're literally like having fun, like they're singing the words, they're like having a good time, they're having a party, literally. They're dancing. And I was like, for me, like watching her and like everything she's done and going to her shows. I love going to her shows.
Fantastic.
Like, I was like, si se puede. We can do it. Si se puede.
No, it's true. It's so true because, and I will say that it's a testament as well because even when she curated the Latinas in London for the Jazz Cafe, there's a couple of my friends that are not Latin descent that went.
Really?
Yeah.
To the first one?
Yeah.
I did the first one. It was crazy.
Oh my God.
Loved it.
Yes.
It was so much fun.
I've been to 2.
Yeah.
I couldn't go to this last one, but the recent one that she just did.
Yeah.
Yeah, a load of my friends that are not Latin descent went.
Yeah.
And they were just like, I just want to be immersed in this music. Like, I just love it.
You see?
It's just, do you know what? I think a lot, I completely agree with you. I think a lot of the core music, like music industry, don't give credit that people are open for eclectic sounds from all over, fusions around the world.
I think so, like in the music industry, like they're a bit more like reserved, like a bit more cautious. I get it, like it's a business, like
of course
you got to make like smart business moves, but sometimes you got to take a risk
100.
and like big risk, big reward. So it's like I'm just waiting. I think we're all just waiting for like the like more traditional industry people
100.
and like that core part, like the labels and stuff like that, and like more radio. And
we need them to shift.
Even though like radio is like hopping on, like they've been playing Bad Bunny's album, 100%. Like Spotify. Was it Spotify? Was it Fresh Finds? Or like no, Spotify New Music Friday.
New Music Friday.
They put Bad Bunny as their cover, so I was like, this is huge. Like this is really nice. Like and like I think they're fairly supportive. Like me and Desta, I think we were on New Music Friday UK, and then I've had some tracks. I've had like quite a good amount of releases on there, so they're
Sick.
like they're backing it. Spotify is backing it for sure. And like the Fresh Finds UK and Ireland team, like they're really nice. Like they've been really nice with me. They've like invited me to things. They back it. They made me the cover when I released my song Mírame for Latin Heritage Month. They made me the cover of.
Oh my!
So I was like, that is so nice. Like they're putting a Latin artist on the cover of like UK and Ireland,
which you never used to see at all.
I've never seen that before. I don't know if it happened before, but I really appreciated that, and I was like, we're making a step in the right direction. And I think, I just feel like everyone else is gonna. I feel like they're aware, they're keeping their eye on things, but I think they're waiting for like one artist just like blow.
Just
blow.
yeah.
I think that's what it is. But that's just how it is
gotta wait.
in music. Yeah.
Just gotta wait.
Yeah.
Patience.
Patience.
Patience is key.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's amazing.
Thank
So
you.
you had like obviously a very good reception.
Yeah.
Obviously nerve-wracking because you don't know if you're gonna, get the room to its capacity or in its space. But it looked full.
Thank you. I was really nervous about that, to be honest. My main audience are in the US, so
You've got a huge fanship in the US.
They're like they've been really supportive, and like they're always like, when you coming, blah blah blah. And but so I was nervous about the UK, but like I'm really glad with how it turned out, and like I'm keen to like do more shows, like do some like cool events or something. I definitely want to perform more here. I feel like I've not neglected that side, but like I didn't get any opportunities to like perform in the UK. Like I had a few here and there, like when I was first starting, but I didn't know how. I don't have a booking agent here as well, so I like wasn't sure how to get on, and I think like having a booking agent is quite key. I hear it.
No, 100%.
I don't have one. No, I'm looking for one if anyone's interested.
all the shouts.
If anyone wants to sign me,
please do.
I'm ready. But
I love it.
But yeah, I'm definitely keen to do more.
Sick.
Can't wait. It was fun performing, and I had like the band were amazing. Len, my producer, was the bass player and MD in the band.
Sick.
Man of many talents.
What a G. What an absolute legend.
And he MD'd the show, and then we had our drummer Antonio, new guitarist Francisco, who was like literally shredding it. Like they were all amazing. Like they were so good. and everyone loved them as well. So I was really excited to like do, because the band, like everyone was like, oh my god, there were so many like rock moments.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I didn't even mean it. Oh my god, like I didn't even mean for it to happen. It just happened.
It just happened.
It was Len. Like I feel like he was so excited to like get that out of me.
Because that is part of you as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you are like, yes, it's very sultry. Yes, it's very Latino-esque. It's very like, you know, all of those harmonies and fusions.
Yeah.
But you have got a rock side to you.
I do. She's in there.
She is in there.
She's in there. She'll come out one day, but like I'm waiting for the right moment.
I love it.
One day.
One day.
One day.
I love that.
Hopefully.
In terms of like your set and like curating that performance, what was the preparations you had to like put in for that?
So for like this show, we did. Well, I was away in Italy for like most of Christmas, so I came back and we did like 2 rehearsals. It was so nice. It was so good. So much good food. But yeah, we did 2 rehearsals, but we had already like me, Len, and Antonio, so bass and drums. We had already like done a set together before, and Len already had like all the tracks ready.
All the arrangements
we
and
had exactly, and we just added like 2 new songs. And he did all the arrangement for that, and he just sent it to me. Like we were going back and forth, but it was pretty much like perfect anyway. And then so we just rehearsed, and so now we've like, I think we know the set quite well. I think like we found like each other as like we've got the core band now, so we'll just keep performing together, fingers crossed, and like it will just get tighter and tighter and tighter.
Yeah.
But we did those rehearsals, we did like the kind of back and forth before, and that's how we prepared, and they smashed it. They were so good.
Come on. I love that. And obviously you were very humble, like after just being like, I'm just so happy, I just need to share my thoughts. It was honestly when I saw that, I was like, I just love you even more. You're just so sweet. I love it.
Like to show gratitude.
Yeah, no, it's so sweet, and I think that's so raw, and just it makes you who you are.
Thank you.
As an artist, and it's so wonderful. I guess we're kind of like leading to the last couple of questions and to last fusions, but in terms of 2025, like what is like in store for Sophie Castillo? Like what are you planning to do, or what do you want to do? What are we manifesting?
Well. Manifesting so many things. Although I forgot to make my vision board this year.
No!
Yeah, on New Year's Eve.
You need to get on that.
I need to do it now. Because I made one last year, and I had like the arena thing.
Okay. Oh my god, and then it happened.
And then it happened, and I had like so many things that were on there like actually happened. I was like, damn. So
maybe you need to just...
I need to make another.
You need to do it.
I do need to make another. And because I have it as my like laptop screensaver, so I just look at it and like it immerses itself into my subconscious.
Fantastic.
So I was like, yeah.
Maybe I need to do that.
Do it.
I need to do this.
It's so good. Pinterest, Canva, they'll be your best friends.
I love that. No,
So
I need to definitely dive into that.
Yeah, it's so good. But yeah, I need to make my vision board. Then I'm also working on like a lot of new music. Like this year is about consistency. I'm working on like not like new branding, but really like fine tuning my branding and like aesthetic and look, hence the hair dye. And
look how fabulous she looks, guys. Matchy.
But I wanted like a cool image, like just kind of like something identifiable. And I working with like a really great creative team who's like helping me with like creative direction and like just making everything like professional. And then I'm working on new music, and like one thing which I haven't like really announced yet, but I'm doing some US shows.
Stop it!
Everyone on my live will know.
Stop it!
I'm doing a Miami one in February.
Okay.
I'm doing an LA one in March.
Wow.
Which I'm so excited because LA is like my biggest city.
Yeah.
On like listeners, and yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be really fun.
So gassed for you.
And I'm glad to like finally be able to like go and meet with the US fans because they've been for years being like, come here, come there. When are you coming? And I'm like, I'm so sorry, I don't have a visa, but like I have a visa now, so I can go. Like I have my US artist visa.
Come on.
So like now I can go. So we do things legally and correctly here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, now I can go like whatever. So I'm really excited to be. I'm gonna stay there for like 2 months basically
Sick.
in the US, just to like hang out and do sessions
Just
and meet people and meetings and stuff, and also do the shows. And like if ticket sales go well for like those ones, I can add more. So
Rah.
everyone buy tickets. Like, don't let me down.
Just buy tickets.
Please, like, buy tickets. I literally learned at work how to do meta boosting and ads. So like, I'm ready.
God, I'm obsessed.
We did like a training session yesterday. So like, I'm gonna target the people I need to
So
target.
you just know who you need to target.
I know who I need to target. So I'm gonna post the flyer. I'm gonna boost the post.
I love it.
I know I'm gonna know how to create my audience now. So I'm just hoping that helps. I don't know. It's not like, because I know that the people, if they know about it, they'll come.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's so hard to get the information to people. Like, typical, the day you post, your post flops or something like that.
Don't get me started. Algorithms
Algorithm.
is crazy.
Yeah, and then you have to like.
One day it's great.
Yeah.
One day you get lots, and you're like, where is all of these views coming from?
Yeah, literally.
And then the next you think, oh yeah, this content's great.
flop. Like
No.
when you need it to do its thing, it flops. So
I know. Maybe you
boosting.
just need to not expect anything.
Yeah, it's
and
not.
just
It's
don't
like-
let us down.
But like I need it. I need something.
And now that the new like Instagram is the way it is, it's really like giving me palpitations. Like I'm really not here for it.
It's a bit stressful. All
It just looks like
all these
TikTok. I'm like,
changes.
please stop.
Yeah, it does actually.
Do you know what I mean?
But I'm glad TikTok is back for the Americans. I did
Agree.
miss them for like the,
Yeah, because I was gonna
the
say.
hours that they were away. I was like, I miss you guys. R.I.P. And then they came back, and I was like, I'm so glad you guys are back.
But did you notice that when you opened your TikTok, it was mostly British artists or like British creators?
I didn't actually get that.
Did you not?
No, because I was like, I was still getting like old posts from the Americans. It took me, I think it took my app a little bit longer to sync up with the new way. But that would have been cool though.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
literally was on there and I was like, why have I got so many British creators coming up? And obviously I knew it
Yeah.
finished, but I was so glad that the Americans came back. Can't lie.
Yeah, like they really bring the fun.
They
Like,
do.
have the banter.
They do.
Yeah.
Not that I love British humour.
We do, like,
Don't
but
get me wrong.
it's nice when the British humour is like sprinkled in there, because it bangs even more when it just like randomly comes up.
Yes.
It's so good.
Oh my god, I'm so glad. I'm
Yeah.
so glad
It
that
is.
someone's just said this. Yes.
It's nice. And then, but like the Americans, like they bring the drama, they
It's so
bring
great.
the glamour, they bring the fun. Like I love just like watching their videos.
It's so fabulous.
Yeah, they're so good. And they like, I feel like they, when they really like support you as well, like they're really like, they're like making TikToks.
Yes.
They're like, I feel like the Brits are a little bit more shy, like a little bit
They
more
are.
like coy. They're like a bit more like,
I'm obsessed.
maybe I'll post a story with your
It's
with
so
your
true.
song. It depends.
It's true though.
Yeah, not to generalize. It depends. But I feel like the Americans are like, who are you? I love you, and I'm gonna support you, and like I love that for them. Thank you.
Come on.
Be bold
Be,
with your
be,
love.
be bold.
Be bold.
Oh my god, Sophie,
Bless
you've been
them.
amazing.
Thank you.
Big love for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
And just for like a lovely breakfast chit chat.
Yeah, it was lovely.
It was quite cute. I'm really glad. Like the coffee shop down there, their machine broke, so I was like, oh, we can't
Oh.
have coffee.
Oh,
It's one of those, isn't it?
2 Colombians without their coffee.
I know. It's literally like giving me palpitations as well.
I just lied. I don't even drink coffee.
Do you not?
I like a cappuccino now. I'm getting
Okay.
into it.
Come
And
on.
I like an iced coffee. I'm more of a tea girly.
Okay.
But
I can take that.
I'm learning to like coffee now. I'm more of a
Even though
Diet
Colombia's
Coke.
like the biggest like
I know.
producer of
I'm a
coffee.
fraud.
No, I'm obsessed. Stop it. But Sophie, you've been amazing. Please remind the listeners where we can find you, your music, and your handles, so that people can check you out.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Sophie Castillo. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere as Sophie Castillo Music, and Sophie Castillo on Spotify and
Woo.
Apple and all streaming.
Yes. And yeah, I mean, good luck the States.
you.
It's gonna be crazy.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait to see the content.
If you happen to be out there, you'll
Just come.
So invited.
Yeah, like honestly, like
let me know. Put you on the list.
I need to manifest because I need to go to the
Please,
States.
come with us.
I need to just be. I'm gonna be a roadie. I'm here. I'm
yeah,
ready.
let's do it. Let's plan.
We'll plan it. We'll manifest this. I love it. Let's play one of your tracks. This is "Call Me by Your Name."
Thank you.
This is just a gorgeous track. It's done wonders. I can't wait to hear more music from you this year. And yeah, let's make 2025 amazing.
Thank you so much.
Love.
Thank you, everyone.
Let's
Bye-bye.
go.